It's the 10 to 1 podcast with your host, Brad Owen, featuring Ben Conowitz and Nate Laux. And here's the podcast.
That wouldn't sound like you were doing a haunted house.
You said that several times.
Yeah,
But again,
that's kind of
like
that's
to,
a used
but
bit.
No, I like
Yeah.
to bring it up when you do sound spooky. That was like a Scooby-Doo opening.
Sometimes it sounded spooky.
It sounded a little spooky. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm allowed to point it out, even though it's happened before.
You've also said the exact same phrasing, so I don't know. Come up with something different.
All right, it sounded like a hooky spooky entry.
What do you?
I'm almost debated. Just restart this podcast.
So
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What?
you could have said it sounded like an episode of Scooby Doo. Like at least like vary it up a little bit.
I did
Jeez.
say that it sounded like an episode.
We've never had to restart before, but maybe I don't know.
I don't
listeners.
know. I don't know.
You tell us.
Yeah, you just send us your emails and your messages and say, "Hey Ben, that was really dumb. Don't do it again."
I'll take it.
Jeez.
I'll take it. You know what? Sometimes
I'll
we
take
get it.
some time off.
Sometimes we don't.
Okay. You know what? Have fun podcasting.
All right.
I'll be over here.
Not everything you say
No, it's fine. It's fine.
has to be funny,
Okay.
and it's not.
Okay. Message received. Loud and clear. Have fun with your podcast, guys. Let me know how it goes.
Ding ding.
Oh, Nate.
Yes, we've got some listener mail.
Oh.
Are you ready for me to read
Yeah.
it? All right. Before we get to Teyana Taylor, we've got some comments here, and I love your comments. Whether you put them on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, we read them all, or at least I read them all. And I try to bring some of the best to the podcast. So
What do you do with the ones that aren't good?
I file them in a folder.
No, we read them all.
Yeah, we do read them all. No, those are the ones that keep me up at night, and I'm like, they're probably right. My dad doesn't love me.
Jesus.
So
Somebody commented that?
no,
It was his dad.
it was my dad.
I don't love you, but he put it in parentheses, so it was like he was whispering it.
At Real Neil Laux.
All right, let's go to some comments here. This is from our YouTube channel. If you are not, if you've not liked our YouTube channel or Go Flix Yourself YouTube channel, I encourage you to do that. We're hoping
Actually,
this year.
I'll tell you to subscribe to it.
Sorry,
Like it. And
like
subscribe.
it, subscribe, do whatever you
Smash
do.
that
with
subscribe button.
But we're hoping to start a video channel here within this, maybe let's say the next quarter or two.
Yeah.
And we will be doing these episodes on video as well. So if
Yeah.
you've not done that, we encourage you to do that. We'll still have the audio feature as well, but go look at our 10 to 1 and Go Flix Yourself YouTube pages and like them.
Yeah, once we do the video podcast, it'll be the 10 to 1 podcast now with more man tits.
Calm down.
No, you don't want to?
All right. Here we go. This is Fallen for You, but instead of an A at the fallen part, it's a 4.
Okay.
I just want you to know
I'm
that.
not sure that we need to do all that.
And instead of O for you, there's
people
a 0.
People won't comment if you keep doing this.
So
I just want. I don't know how to say. What do you want me to say?
F forlin Y0U.
Yes. All right. Why am I just seeing this? This is so incredibly cool.
What, the show?
like the show?
Saturday Night Live?
All right.
Us.
No, Saturday Night Live has been around since the 70s.
No, I think it was the podcast.
Oh, it's about us?
It would be funny if it was about Saturday Night Live. What is this?
Wait, it's live every week? What the heck?
I will say some of my favorite comments on YouTube is, we put an image, which is an SNL image of the host on YouTube because we don't have a video part of it, so it's just the audio and that image.
And let's be clear, even when we do have a video part of it, we're not going to put ourselves on the thumbnail because it's just going to turn people away.
We're not?
No.
Oh.
But anyway,
I told my mom we were.
My favorite comments are those that come there like, what is this? This isn't the actual sketch.
Boo.
Try to watch the episode. Oh, then you know how the internet works. Dipshit.
All right, here we go. Here's another one from YouTube. Kara Elizabeth 7073 says, I loved the Finn Wolfhard SNL episode. My favorite is the Overlord food skit, which is a sketch. I got yelled at the first episode of the 10 to 1 because I call it a skit too, Kara, because I do love that type of slapstick comedy. That is the one with Mikey
the
Day.
delights.
Yep.
Delights.
So that was a great sketch. We agree.
Yes.
Moving to Facebook, our friend of the pod, we actually get to know you pretty well if you are a listener of this, but also we have some actual friends that listen to this as well. Joe Wicker says, was definitely pleasantly surprised with this episode. Don't worry, Ben, you're not old.
Yeah.
The boys just aren't teenagers yet. When they are, you become relevant, adjacent, because they talk to you about this stuff and they listen to these artists. I still don't watch or listen to these things, but I am aware of them to be in on the jokes. And Cam was great as Michael Irvin. Sketch of the night was the Space Emperor, and MVP was Slowakowska.
I agree though, and he actually made me think about that when I read that comment. Like, oh yeah, the boys are 11 years old and 9 years old, and so once they are 13 to 15, I'm gonna just like standby relevance because they're gonna talk about that. I'll probably know a little bit more. Right now, I feel very out of touch.
You are. All right, those are our listener comments that I picked this week. We again encourage you. Let us know what you liked about the episode. Give us any comments, any funny things. We definitely love it. If you want to talk about how much my dad might not love me, that's fine too.
Yeah, and you don't have to try to be funny. Just leave a comment, and we'll love it. We'll love you.
Yeah, don't.
My favorite one is that they like the podcast.
Yeah, you can leave more of that. That's my self-esteem takes a nice big boost right there.
You don't have to pull a Ben and try and be funny with every comment that you make.
Okay, it's just
all right. Moving on. Ben, give me top 5 Teyana Taylor movies.
All right, I'm gonna go with One Battle After Another is number 1.
Okay, good.
The Rip is number 2.
Okay.
Followed by Sheboygan Heights.
Yep.
Wickelstein and Lampman.
Yes. Yeah. Lampman was a surprise.
Yeah.
People weren't expecting it out of Sundance, but it was a big hit.
Pretty big hit.
Teyana Taylor is her second time on SNL. First time as a host. Do you know this?
No.
Was she a fly girl with Jennifer Lopez?
No.
That's not even this show.
I know,
what are you doing?
It was a joke.
You guys probably weren't watching SNL yet, but in 2018, September 29th, 2018, there was a musical guest that had her because he made a song with her.
Uh-huh.
And she sang the song with him on the show.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't bring that up.
Who was the musical guest?
Ludacris.
I will tell you what. You will know exactly why in a second.
R. Kelly.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be somebody that's not
Diddy.
No,
popular.
keep going.
Kevin Spacey.
He just wrote an apology letter in the Wall Street Journal. Yes, Kanye West.
Oh.
She did a song with him, and she sang it on SNL with him.
That's why they didn't bring it up.
That's exactly what.
Well, Kanye West apologized for having frontal lobe damage. Legitimately, he set out an apology on the New York Times saying, I do probably have mental
actually
problems.
The letter was pretty good.
No, honestly, like it's a very he's definitely on medication and he's probably with a therapist, and it sounds there's contrition there. It sounds really real.
Sounded so much genuine.
And so I literally, like, as soon as I read that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to Kanye West on Pandora
and not feel bad about it.
And not feel bad about it. I really did.
Because let's be clear, you were still listening to
wasn't.
Kanye. But
I just had conflicted feelings.
Exactly.
No, I put on what was that album? Homecoming? Is that what it was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I put on the whole album. Just
No,
listened to the
it
whole
is. The comments were like, finally,
I know.
Kanye, create some music for us again. Jeez.
Yeah, yes. Leave the Hitler stuff alone.
But yes.
Yeah, but wouldn't it suck if now he's on that medication? He's just terrible at making
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
Doesn't
the
it be a little
medication.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing is, like,
My name's Kanye, and I'm here to say I'm going to do raps another day.
I've always said this, so like,
west to the east and east to the west. Kanye West is the best.
I don't know about you, but I like a lady's chest.
Now you, Nate.
no, that's just embarrassing.
Just fold your arms and
Yeah.
do the...
You guys.
No, not like that.
No, not like that. Oh my god.
No,
he's doing
good.
like the sitcom dad.
I know.
I know.
He can't
You
even do a fake
guys.
at the end
No,
of
I
an
won't
80s style
endorse it.
rap
I won't
battle.
endorse
Gilly.
Gilly. I won't endorse it. Get out of here.
that, though. All right. But I also, like, my last comment on Kanye though is I don't think we're ever going to survive unless we get a little crazy.
Cool.
Do you don't even know that song, do you?
I think it's probably the way you said it that like lost all the musicality. So
That's the whole point. Is a lyric, but it's from a guy named
Well-
Seal. Have you ever heard of Seal?
Anyway,
It's not just Ben's mom's name.
gonna get out of here.
it's a kiss from a rose on the grave.
There we go. All right, let's get into it. You ready?
Yeah, you know what I want more of? I want more of this type of cold open.
Oh, you know what I don't want? This cold open.
All right. Award ceremony hosted
I
by
like this.
Trump, played by this episode James Austin Johnson, honoring his best moments and enablers. This featured J.D. Vance, played by Jeremy Colleen, Kristi Noem, played by Ashley Padilla, Stephen Miller, played by Andrew Smukes, and Gladys, played by Sarah Sherman, and a surprise Mike Myers cameo as Elon Musk. Yeah, I liked the premise of this a lot.
Conceptually, I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is what exactly we want to see. But then the problem is because it's this award show premise, it relies on making old references to stuff that we already kind of covered and did jokes about. And so, like, it still kind of feels stale
and so that's why I was just like, this is not working the way that I hoped it would.
Yeah, and I think, again, we're idiots. We got to preface that again. Writing sketches is hard. We don't know anything about it. But I thought they were going to take this in a Trump kind of award show where he gives, his best person of the year. It's 4 terrible people. And there's SNL cast members that get to do great impressions of those 4 terrible people, kind of, right? But it went more with Trump's getting nominated pretty much himself.
And like, I want to be clear. I want more of this, meaning I like when they take political stuff and make it in a different venue, right?
Yeah.
Like that very much. So I had high hopes for this, and then of course
I'm with you. I didn't hate this. You sound like you hated this.
I didn't hate it.
No,
I
didn't hate it, but it's just it's nowhere near as good as like I wanted it to be once the premise became clear at the top. And it's just it still has that same stale feeling.
I think I liked it better than you, though. I think that this did more good than bad as far as taking it out of the normal press conference BS and turning it into something different. It was clever enough that I enjoyed it.
What about Mike Myers? What do you think of his Elon? Was that a good addition?
It's fine. He's doing an Elon impression that would have been done for Elon if Elon was prominent in the 90s. It's a very different kind of impression comedy that Mike Myers is used to doing. And as we've referenced before, there's a bit of the Cat in the Hat in there.
Yeah.
So like every time he's doing comedy is legalized. What's funny is I actually just recently listened to
the Cat in the Hat audiobook.
Good one with Jesse David Fox because James Austin Johnson
Shout out to that show, by the way.
A good podcast.
If you love stand-up comedy, just tell the people what that is.
Not even just stand-up comedy, but Jesse David Fox, who is the senior editor at Vulture. He has a podcast that he's been doing for years now where he talks to comedians about their stand-up specials or sketch comedy on SNL, comedy movies and whatnot. And they really just get granular about like their career and joke writing.
So there's a lot of SNL people.
Is it still this though? Because the original conceit of the show was we're going to take one of your bits and really break it down.
So he still does that, but then they also still have like a broader conversation about larger stuff. And so when he had James Austin Johnson, they spent about half the podcast talking about Trump and their process of crafting this.
So I remember
cold opens.
Back in the day, they had Jim Gaffigan on, and he talked about Hot Pockets, right? Like the most famous bit you're known for. And I'm sure they've gotten away with that because you need to expand the show. But I remember being like, how did Mike Birbiglia come up with the sleepwalking with me or whatever?
Yeah, because
it was pretty cool.
Because when he had Kumail on recently, it was more so about night thoughts overall and not like a specific joke from it.
I mean, still, Jesse David Fox is awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so he was on, and they were he was talking about how a really surreal kind of moment for him was at some point he got a call from Mike Myers, and Mike Myers asked me, he was like, "Hey, if you were doing Elon, like, what would your approach be for the impression?" And so James Austin Johnson basically did like a breakdown of like thinking about it and talking to him, and he's like, "Well, he was like, you want to do like." He's like, I if I were doing it, I would do like take a South African accent, but then and he like did it, and talked through it and everything. And obviously Mike Myers went a completely different direction, but just the fact that he wanted to reach out to somebody like Johnson and like pick his brain and see where his head was at and use that like figure out his own approach.
Yeah. No, I love that.
But he also talked about he provided some really fascinating insight into just their process of like figuring out the Trump sketches and like for him, what makes him tick as a character and what they try to do. And they had just talked about the Christmas episode with Ariana Grande and the stuff that they had like added at the last minute and whatnot. Like one of the last minute additions was the joke where he speaks the stage directions out loud, or it's like cross to flag. They added that between dress and live.
Nice.
So like it was really cool to hear him talk about. So if you haven't listen to that podcast or whatever, go listen to Good One, check out that episode, and they have a bunch of different SNL people that have been on. So
sweet.
But so James Austin Johnson is good as Trump, in this sketch, and I like that it gives him a lot of different things to do in it. But for me, it felt stale because they kept having to repeat, bits that they had already been covered before.
Here's a fun fact for you. James Austin Johnson's been on the show for quite a few years, but not 5, maybe 6 has it been, or has it been longer than that?
I mean, it would have to have been 2020.
Was it? Did he get brought in?
Yeah.
When? Okay, he is now 5th all time in saying live from New York. It's Saturday night,
of course,
because of the Trump stuff, right? And so it's pretty crazy that he's done it so many times.
And we need to point out very quickly that if you were to take Trump away from him as far as impression, he'd still be on the show.
Oh yeah.
And it would be still doing incredible things. He's insanely talented.
So many different impressions.
He's hilarious. And not even when he's doing impressions, almost just like when he's doing these characters lately, especially when he did like the boy band dad.
Yeah.
He's just a really, really funny comedian.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, moving on. Monologue. Teyana Taylor talks about her New York roots, My Super Sweet 16. And she's got a multi-hyphenate career. She's got singing, directing, now culinary school. She talked about
I feel like that's real.
Probably.
You know?
What?
Like sometimes it's like they throw in kind of jokes about stuff that you're doing. Like I'm taking online, bookkeeping.
No, I'm gonna guess, but that's probably her personality.
Legitimately in cooking class right now, or culinary school right now. That's awesome.
She did not talk about Kanye. But she did mention her Oscar nomination for what?
One Battle After Another.
We're not a movie podcast. Let's go fix yourself. But would you recommend people seeing this?
Yeah, as soon as possible. And also, it should be in theaters right now again. So make sure you do that.
I saw it. It's again is very good. Very, 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 very good.
So she mentions her kids. She has her kids there. I think it's the first time somebody's kids have been in the audience. I read since I forget, like 2015 or something. It was a long time that somebody's kids has been there. Has been there.
Cute bit.
Yeah, it was a cute bit. What did you guys think overall of the monologue? Let's start with you, Brem.
I mean, I liked that she was very comfortable. I didn't really feel like she had any problem being there on stage, not any nerves or anything like that. Obviously, she's kind of used to that kind of spotlight. So yeah, I think it was maybe more cute than laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
It was more of just like one of those monologues where like you get to know someone better if you're not familiar with them, because even though she is now an Oscar nominated actress, she wasn't necessarily a household name before One Battle After Another. So
I thought she did a great job of. I always look at the monologue right as the opportunity. Okay, what kind of host is this going to be? Is this going to be somebody who's clearly very nervous? Does this give me get me hyped for the rest of the episode and give me the thought that they're going to be down to do anything? And right off the bat, you could tell not only is she down to do anything, she wants to do everything.
Yeah,
like this is a performer at heart. Like she wants to be in every sketch. She wants to be front and center in every sketch. She wants it to rest on her shoulders, and that's a big ask for a first time host. And so I was a little nervous, going, all right, well, if you're biting off a lot here, what are you going to be able to do? And overall, though, I thought that this was a good tone set for the night, because that's how excited she was just to be here. I love that stuff, man.
How about you, Nate?
I thought it was fine. A little bit saccharine at times, right? It was fine. Like you said, sometimes they want to introduce you to a host that they know you're not going to know real well, so they'll give these kind of things. She didn't have to do a lot, but what she did, the bits that they did, I thought the kids thing was funny. I thought it was really nice. But there was nothing that I'm thinking back of that really stood out, though, about the monologue.
The only issue that she does what I do when she's nervous. She talks faster. Yeah. And so I had a hard time understanding a few of the lines that she was saying, just because she was kind of racing through them. Mm-hmm. And I've literally done the same thing when I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I just talk about that. And you're like, whoa, just take a deep breath and let's go over these lines, because once you're racing through things, then the camera cuts and things, and we'll talk about that a little bit. They get a little late, a little early, because you're finishing your line well before maybe you should. And again, that's probably just a very high energy, nervous situation there, but I don't blame her for it at all.
I didn't. I think maybe the audience thought the same thing a little bit, because they were a little behind sometimes.
Trying to catch up on the punchlines a bit.
I think she was going a little quick, because again, let them laugh a little bit.
Man?
But
I don't.
But I thought it was
chastise her for that at all. I have no idea what that would be like. My goodness.
All right, moving on. Gate agents, winter storm delays at Mel Gibson Terminal. Something
Mel Gibson
only
Terminal.
Existing in Ben's fantasies up
come
until
on.
now. Gate agents.
They're always playing Braveheart and Ransom.
Maverick.
Yeah. Fat Man.
Fat Man.
Just like Christmas, though.
Yeah, of course.
Gate agents Shrimp, played by Teyana Taylor, and Grits, played by Kenan Thompson, announced updates as R&B songs. Ben, let's start with you. What did you think of this one? Did it have enough escalation for you?
So I like right off the bat that this is giving something to the host to do that's not just saying lines, actual performance. And so this gave, again, kind of like an extension of the monologue. This gave me real hope for the rest of the episode. Oh, they're going to let her get in there and actually do some stuff. So that was great. And I don't mind that there wasn't a ton of that escalation. I think this was a very smartly positioned sketch to be the first one, because if you're not going to escalate tremendously, you can still showcase what the host can do. And the back and forth between Keenan and her was great. And I enjoyed the lyrics. And then when James Austin Johnson comes in, it's enough escalation for me to be happy. It wasn't laugh out loud, but I still really did enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought Teyana Taylor pushed a little bit on this one. I thought she was a little, sometimes a little much, right? Like pull it back a little bit and let the comedy do that work. But that
is going to be what the telltale for this rest of the episode was. That's the narrative. Like she's very excited, very fast, but it can't hurt the comedy when you're overtaking a bit rather than being a part of the scene. You are the scene, right?
But I did love some of there were a couple one-liners from the cast that made me laugh. Introduce Mukes. Why would you say that? Those kind of little bits, they're not original, but they always, the way that the cast delivers them often just makes me laugh anyway. Brad, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, I thought this one was fine. It was solid. Yeah, I enjoyed the premise. I liked the level of absurdity it reached, and yeah, I did. I think, like Ben said, it did set a good vibe of that Teyana was really ready to like put herself into the sketches and have fun and like do some some stuff that is beyond what you might expect of like a regular host.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to pre-tape One Battle After Another toy commercial. This is a Mattel parody for Paul Thomas Anderson's film. They had kind of inappropriate toys, pregnant belly for Teyana's character, motel sex reenactments, parents played by Ashley Padilla and Mikey Day were kind of horrified in this. Let's start with you a little bit, Brad. What did you think of this one? It's pre-tape.
Actually, Nate, let's talk. Have you seen the movie?
No, I have not seen
I'd actually
this.
like to start with you, because if you haven't seen the movie, did you still find this funny?
Yeah.
They've done stuff like this before. So, yes, I mean, I found it funny, but I knew exactly what they were going to do. And so, like, it wasn't... a lot of the pre-tapes, I don't know exactly where they're going to go, especially when a Sarah Sherman or, the Please Don't Destroy guys do it. This one, I kind of knew exactly what they were going for. I didn't know the characters, but I'm sure the characters had something about them that they were going to put into a child toy, and that's the bit, right?
Yeah, I think that if you see this film and then you see this parody, it really... There's a huge difference in how much you're going to enjoy this.
It enhances it because...
Tremendously
enhances it. Just because hearing the kids make references to specific things from the movie, it just makes it that much funnier. Because obviously what they're saying is kids is very adult in nature anyway, so there is a little bit of humor in that. But knowing where it comes from in the movie and the context of it is that much funnier. Just like the her says saying, "My name's Jungle Pussy."
That was great. It was just like, do you like black girls?
Yeah.
I love them.
The kids in this, oh my God. Yeah. The kids are perfect in this sketch.
I laughed very hard because, again, and I'm just on the heels of seeing this movie a week ago.
So a lot of it was fresh.
It's so good. It's spot on, and it's just, even stuff like the car that he drives, right? And
the play set with the roving. I mean, yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
The small beers thing, like just everything, man. It's
I've abandoned my boy.
See, and then you've seen that movie, so at least you get how good that is, right? And I did rewind and then pause to see what they looked like in the Magnolia and the Boogie Nights.
Oh yeah, I want those
action figures. Yeah. It says, and did you see it said the Mark Wahlberg figure comes with a removable sensor bar? It says that on the package.
That's great.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, this was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. I love this sketch.
I did like this sketch. Like I said, though, having not seen the film, obviously seeing kids do adult stuff is always kind of funny.
Someone did a callback because they talked about how SNL has done stuff like this before, and I hadn't seen this one, but I guess back when Philadelphia came out, they did a similar 90s action figure commercial for Philadelphia.
Oh, that's...
And like the action figures are even more absurd because they give them like ridiculous weapons and powers that aren't even in the movie at all.
And so there's a different version to do that, right? Like you take the very serious, Philadelphia story about, it's a legal AIDS courtroom drama, and you give them superpowers.
Give them G.I. Joe.
And to clarify, we don't mean legal AIDS, and it's about legal AIDS. It's a legal case about AIDS, the disease.
Yeah, no, definitely not a case about legal AIDS that would be helping with a brief.
Right.
Paralegals. A movie about paralegals.
Paralegal jetpack sold separately.
And just to be clear, these paralegals do have full use of their legs.
But they also all have AIDS.
We like to have fun. with
Welcome
AIDS.
to the 10 to 1 podcast. All right. Moving on. NFL on ESPN. Trey,
Come on down to the hidden international venue.
Do you like Queer Chef
set.
Show, by the way? Quest?
It's
You're making an assumption that that's what.
it's HIV, Brad. Yes.
All right. Troy Aikman, played by Andrew Smukes,
fun.
and Joe Buck, played by James Austin Johnson, awkwardly promote Hulu's new show, Quefs, during
Quefs.
NFL coverage. Teyana was a sideline reporter, Lisa. This certainly kind of makes the joke. The joke is funny, and it just calls back to that joke over and over again. And there's a little bit of escalation here where the escalation is in the responses of the people there, but the joke doesn't change necessarily.
I'm very okay with the way they did this.
Yeah, I like it because there's two things going on. First of all, it's the quefs and like the way they're responding to it, and someone's asking questions like, "Well, we don't need to talk about that." Then there's also the ongoing thing about Bo Nix and the Bronco stuff, which was also pretty funny in itself.
Yeah.
Of like just like that constantly talking about how he's not going to be around and like just basically already giving up on the Broncos and everything.
I thought Teyana did really well in this sketch.
Yeah.
Honestly, as well. I thought she was.
She was great. But come on, that was great. But no, I think that the thing I liked the most about it was I kind of like when Mikey Day or Andrew Smukes, even in the airplane or airport sketch, is like, why would you say that? It's the characters being grounded.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are too many promotions.
Right.
And it's about a weird show called Quest. And so, okay, here's another one. And we're going to keep going. They're not like passionately involved in saying like, we're the ones that want to tell you about this.
Yeah.
They're begrudgingly doing it. And that does add a layer of humor to it. I really enjoyed their back and forth with that. And then Troy Aikman being like, well, I'm going to get out of here. Like, of course, that's exactly what would happen.
I actually would have
like
also
that.
liked to have seen a clip from Quefs.
Yeah. And just her calling it out. It sounds, you had an E. It sounds, no, okay, all right, we're not going to go there. I think it was implied. Yeah, no, it was good. It was a very good sketch.
Smukes and James Austin Johnson also just do a great.
Yeah.
Like they're very good together.
Yes.
Yep.
So, all right, moving on. It's been 6 sketches now, and we haven't seen, I guess, a ton from Ashley Padilla, she is, kind of the it person on SNL.
She was
right
Christy
now.
Nome though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, not a ton though.
She was
wasn't-
in the One Battle After Another sketch as the mom.
Yeah, I guess. Just didn't seem.
Do you want to talk some more about how
Yeah,
she
do you
wasn't
wanna,
in?
You want to walk it back?
You've had
6 sketches.
Wait.
Chrissy Nome, the worst thing she
Wait,
does
you
on
got
SNL.
the cold open. You've got the monologue.
Yeah.
You've got,
Cold open.
Hold on. You've got the cold open. You got the monologue. You've got
Was she
the
in the monologue?
first sketch that was the airport.
Isn't she in the airport sketch?
Hold on, guys. Cold open.
I don't know.
Monologue, airport sketch, and then battle after another playset. And this is the fifth one was what?
The Quefs.
When we just talked about Quefs. So this is the 6th sketch of the night, and she was in 2 of them.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Just putting out
She
the
might
numbers
be-
there.
she might even
By the
still
way,
be in the
were
airport
you
sketch.
literally just counting the sketch when I said it's the 6th sketch
but
of the
I just
night?
wanted to
I literally
clarify-
said that.
But I want to clarify that you're mad that she was literally in a third of the sketches already.
Okay, but she was not the featured part of any of the sketches, and you know that. Why are we doing this? You know that.
That's a weird caveat to say. Like, oh, we just didn't even see her.
James Austin Johnson has been the featured part of. I would say he's been a featured part of this episode so far. Would you not agree?
I think that he was in 2 of the 6 sketches so far.
He was in the cold open. He was Trump. He was in the Gate Agents. He was the airport guy.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, he was Joe Buck. Okay, so 3 out of the 6.
Yeah.
Yes, but he was also the featured part of those sketches.
Oh, you're right. That's a lot more than just 2.
Anyway, so you're for the first time ever on the
Literally-
show, her first episode, Ashley Padilla. What'd she do, Nate?
I don't know why I host so many podcasts with you two. You are literally the worst people. All right, moving on. Confidence class, insecure coach Kathy, played by Ashley Padilla. Where you been?
Oh, interesting.
Leads-
I heard that she was only in 2 sketches so far.
Yeah.
She's gonna lead this sketch. I don't know why you don't get this. All right. Leads a class. Attendees Mikey Day, Marcelo Hernandez, Keenan Thompson, and Teyana Taylor boost confidence by comparing to her mess. Sometimes, like we do with one of the co-hosts here.
What are you trying to say?
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. For the listener, he's staring at me, so that's awkward.
All right. What'd you guys think of this? I don't know if you guys noticed, Ashley Padilla wasn't in a lot yet. So,
well, I gotta say, so when I saw this sketch, I was like, finally, Ashley Padilla. But no, I thought this sketch was really funny.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
she's great in it. But also just the way everyone continues to ask their questions about stuff too. It's
much.
like,
So
what
this
did you,
is great
what did you
escalation,
wear
by
in
the way.
interview?
this is sorry, but this is the sketch of the night. I'm gonna ruin it. Okay, this is my favorite sketch.
Spoiler.
I know,
Well,
but this is
no.
incredible.
Why do you do
Here's why this is
this?
incredible. This is how you do SNL currently, because you have to you want to include as many sketch performers as you can.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great way to do that, where you've got a focal point, but you have a lot of cast members that add to the sketch, and everybody was funny by asking those questions. And then of course you add the visual media with it, which takes it to the next level. That racing through
when she's going
was
through just the slides.
absolutely perfect. And she's sitting there, and just the look, that's how you know she's going to be an all-timer on this show. The way she just, without even saying a word, flips through stuff like, I guess I'm going to take a couple of these off here. I guess we're done. I laughed. I mean, I'm not joking. I was laughing hard at this, out loud laughing. Like, this is a great sketch.
Yes, it's really, really funny. And I love that it escalates, but without needing to take it to the level in the way that you might expect. Like when she starts talking about her boyfriend, and they're like, "Can he come in?" No, he can't come
Because
in.
in other sketches, they might have might have been the turn.
Yeah.
Bowen Yang shows up as a
Right.
goblin, and like that's the impetus for like the funny part of the. You don't even need that here.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, the slides that are there in the rest of the presentation.
So
are
I
so
did go
funny.
back through and watch them and pause them all
Yeah.
so that I could catch them all. And of course, they're so funny because there's already callbacks to things in her
Right.
little spiel. But then I tried to scan there's a QR code, and I tried to scan it, and
Yeah.
it didn't go to anything for me. I don't know if anybody else, if you comment that you got it to work for some reason, but I thought it was I think it's just a fake QR
Yeah.
code. But I thought maybe for an eagle-eyed viewer, it was meant to, like, it would go somewhere, but I couldn't
A
make it
picture of
happen.
someone's hog.
Yeah, something like that. But it was utterly fantastic.
Did you like this one? Because I know you were happy to see Ashley.
You sound like you didn't like this one.
I liked it a lot, and I wanted to bring that up because, you know, it was the first one that kind of featured Ashley Padilla, but I just feel like you guys took the wind out of my sails.
This bit is not fun.
Also, stop using a sailboat.
Ben's got one. All right, moving on. It is time for Weekend Update. If you can, Bradley.
Okay, cool.
I know I called you Bradley. I felt really bad about
No,
Bradley.
let's just
Why?
let's get
did.
it out there that his
I
name
did.
is Bradley. It's not Bradford.
Okay. Take your computer out, please, and put a number on there. Ben, will you explain that, please?
Sorry, AOL.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Nate liked
You
it.
guys are laughing too hard at that. That's not even a good joke.
You do a dot matrix printer impression. Let's see that
Okay, fuck it. Pardon my language. All right, so 0 to 100. 100 is the most interaction they've ever had, and it was the best Weekend Update episode ever. 0 would be they weren't even in the same building. They didn't even do it.
All right, Teyana Taylor, slow down.
I just want to get through this because everybody that listens to the show understands the pedometer.
We get
But
new
you know,
listeners
maybe
every
there's,
time.
yeah, maybe there's somebody new who's like, you know,
We-
what are they
our
talking about?
numbers are growing.
What's the
like crazy.
pedometer, and why is Ben making stupid jokes?
Okay.
Like it's like smartless than us.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, we're going to give a good old college try here at the number we think is closest to what Brad has already predetermined. The number is influenced definitely by the interaction that Colin Jost and Michael J have with each other, as well as the overall content of Weekend Update and any bit characters that are on Weekend Update.
All right, sidebar. Did you find that there was a ton of interaction here?
So there was one big one where I believe they did really talk to each other, and that was about the only big thing between each other. But the Weekend Update, the jokes were pretty damn good.
I thought the jokes were some of the best they've been in a while.
That was good. With the ice stuff that's
Yep.
going on, it's hard to do that, and so I wish that punchline was more harsh. Because the punchline was, you guys ever think you're
Are
dicks?
we dicks?
That's a really weak.
Are we the baddies?
And again, I am not saying whatsoever that like
Ben's like, I can write it better.
that the writers didn't write something and then it just got
Well, I mean,
because who knows?
So we didn't get a chance to talk about this because it didn't come out until after we recorded. But there was a sketch that was cut from last week's episode with Tommy Brennan
Yeah.
talking about ice that I I imagine they cut because maybe they wanted to.
I don't know.
But just so that we do have it on the record, and I will apologize for my language for this instance, but in this case, I think it's called for. I'd like to say fuck ICE and the government that represents them, and all the shit that's happening in Minnesota is absolutely heinous and evil and garbage. So if you were listening to this and somehow you're okay with all of that, I would like to say how to fuck you, and don't even worry about listening to this podcast anymore because this isn't for you.
I still want you to listen. We'll get you over on our side.
Be nicer. That's all I was saying. Just be nicer.
Be nicer to the ICE supporters.
No, you're
I'm saying to
Brad,
them, be nicer.
Brad, you are correct. This is a travesty. What's going on in the nation currently? You should not be able to just openly murder.
Yeah.
The government is responsible for this.
Yeah,
this is
correct.
embarrassing as a nation at the very least, and at the very most, we are headed for this is how Rome collapses. This is an insane position.
And we're starting a new podcast on politics.
Yeah, we're just a very silly podcast. But we just that's our Brad and I's personal stances on the matter, and Nate's pro ICE. I get it. But other than that, no, it's fine.
Wait, why?
No,
why?
I don't know.
Why am I the one being picked on this episode?
No, you should just probably look at yourself in the mirror before you start talking.
Also, you literally texted us the other day like your ideas for the podcast title, and like you were like the ICE is right, and I was just like, okay, it's clever, but I don't agree with it.
I mean, no, he was
It's clever, but
well. He wanted to remember.
I like the bit,
remember when he wanted to call it. He was ICE is right, and he's like, it's a play on words because ISIS is also good. I was like, oh, wow, that's a tough one, man. But anyway, I will say I was hoping for more biting humor because I think we said this before. Saturday Night Live does have a very unique opportunity because although they are not the Super Bowl as far as people watching, this is still one of the only shows that is on the air, that is live,
and
that has something to say
very quickly.
Very quickly. South Park's the only other one that is even broaching this, and they're doing it tremendously well. That being said, I still very much enjoy Weekend Update and everything like that, but I wish they would have just really gone for the jugular a little bit more. And if that's Lauren, maybe that's Lauren.
I have
don't
one more
know.
question for you about this. And it's serious, but like we've seen a lot of late night hosts get attacked, and these kind of things about like funding or licenses being pulled and things like this. Do you think that plays at all with NBC and saying, okay, make jokes? I'm not trying to tell you what to say or not, but also keep that in mind.
I'm sure that there's an aspect of that Lauren,
I'm sure lawyers are talking.
I'm sure,
right?
and I'm sure Lauren probably has to play nice to a certain extent because it is a network show and they have advertisers to answer for.
However,
I agree.
And I'm not excusing them, by the way.
No,
either.
not at all. But it's also the kind of thing. It's like now's the time to not be cowardly about those kinds of things and make a stand and say, okay, well, if you want to push back on this, then fuck you, and we're not doing the show.
Historically. And I mean very, very recently historically, Jimmy Kimmel's on ABC, Colbert's on CBS, Jimmy Fallon is on NBC.
Right.
Jimmy Fallon is the one out of all of those that has done nothing, right,
Yeah.
as far as like speaking out.
I will say...
compared to...
Yeah,
no, hold on, and let me finish, and then you can...
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
promise you. The idea, though, is that if that's even up to Jimmy Fallon, I don't think that it is. I think that it is absolutely somebody above, and Jimmy Fallon is going along, get along. He's like, well, I guess I'll just do, funny games and stuff because that's who I am and whatever. I don't want to get into politics. But that might be the narrative overall from the corporate structure of NBC.
Right.
And then SNL is part of that as well. That's all I wanted to say.
No, for sure. And I do agree with you because I think Fallon... I'll say he's the weakest of the late night hosts, especially when it comes to his commentary on things. He's much more of a like fun games and like let's just have a good time kind of guy. He has taken shots in the monologue and he has some things to make fun of him for sure. But it's definitely hasn't been as sharp or as biting or brave as what Kimmel and Colbert are doing.
Thank you for that because I don't want to say he's done nothing, and that was poor choice of words. I meant compared to what Jimmy Kimmel is doing. My
100%.
goodness.
So I'm sure that there's some of that, but like this is the time to like stand up and say something.
It's okay, man. Tell him to go fuck himself. It's okay.
Yeah. So the pedometer.
I don't know, 2.
I'll say 80,
you go first. I always go first.
83.
I'm gonna say 79.
Oh, okay. 82 is what I had.
Closest without going over. Dang it, I win.
It was the brief interaction because there was the back and forth. I did like the Colin briefing the wine. He's like, well, that wasn't at dress rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly. And I like, of
and
course, I like that
and then
stuff.
there was I think it was the most molested Boy Scout.
That
show
was great.
Where Colin was like, I can't believe that didn't get him back.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the interaction between the two. Also, and my boys are in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and so like I look at it going like, oh, don't make that joke. It's not. That's not how it is anymore. It's like
You've seen Canteen Boy.
No, I know, but it's one of those things where when it's about something in your life, you're like, well,
Yeah.
I wish that narrative wasn't out there like that anymore.
Well, it is different because they ask for consent now.
Good God.
All right, let's talk about the weekend update segments. Let's start with Marcelo Hernandez.
Oh, well, first I want to give a shout out to what I thought was the best joke in Weekend Update.
Oh, go ahead.
Which is when they were talking about the suicide pods for couples, and then they talked about the suicide pods for single guys, which was the Tesla.
The Tesla car,
Cybertruck.
yeah. That was aggressive. That was good.
So
Yeah.
good.
All right, Marcelo Hernandez as Gen Z translator, which really would have helped Ben last week.
That's true.
Could have helped me
yeah.
out a lot, actually.
Unk.
Marcelo Hernandez teaches Colin Jost and Michael Che slang, including chopped, cooked, fa, glow up. What'd you guys think of this? Was this Marcelo at his best? Did you think this worked well?
Not at his best, but also pretty decent. A pretty basic bit, acting as Colin Jost, being out of touch and like explaining those things. I'm sure this
Colin being like, we're the same age.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
That's
sure
a good bit.
I'm sure it's also a helpful thing for people who don't understand. But yeah, a solid bit.
Sometimes some might say we have somebody on this podcast.
Apparently, I read this on Live from New York. People at dress rehearsal said that they swapped out a punchline during this, where at the end of the thing it says that slang is dead when Elon Musk says it. They actually said this slang is dead when Jimmy Fallon says it, and they swapped it out. So
wow.
Shout out to
Okay.
subreddit Live from New York. We are avid readers, and
I think I'm going to post this episode on Live from New York, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
sure.
What do you think of Marcelo Hernandez?
So yeah, no, I like Marcelo's comedy when it's more about his life. I think that he can do anything as far as making things funny. It's definitely more funny when he's speaking from personal experience, but they need almost like the Pete Davidson resident young person type thing, and he is one of the youngest members on the cast, and it does because he's not white, it also makes it way better, in order to, because like as white culture, all we do is steal from anybody who's not white, and then it's dead.
No doubt, fam.
No cap.
By the way,
No cap.
Brad's not white, but it's fine.
I want to know when things are cooked,
All right, moving on. Jeremy Collane as Mr. On Blast, roasting commentator with light roasts. Jeremy Collane is really becoming a member that I love in this
Gosh
cast.
darn.
He has that Bobby Moynihan innocence,
Yeah.
and I really missed that.
You keep going then.
Yeah.
Walk me through the sketch, or walk me through this bit. Let me know what you thought.
Well, it was just that's literally what it is. He's just giving these light roasts, but it's innocent. It's funny, and again, I'm thinking of
Picture him naked.
Literally named his name, Bobby Moynihan.
Bobby Moynihan.
Other than Bobby Moynihan, who would you say is similar to Jeremy Collane on this show, though? Like in previous cast members.
So there's a bit of Beck Bennett-ness to it, but only when Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney are together, where it's that false confidence.
Yeah.
But it's because this is a guy at a desk wearing that outfit, being like, it's on blast. Like it's a bit of Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney-ness because they're overconfident in who they are.
I think there's a little bit of Tim Robinson in there too.
Sure.
But yeah, this is so much of this is hinged on how dedicated he is to the physical performance, and he did such a good job.
The choreography was funny.
As did the audio cue of hitting the
bounce.
cue. Yeah, the last one was always perfectly done.
And then of course I'm 99% sure that last one was
improvised.
100% improvised, which is great. But yeah, I'm here for that. I love when something can happen on the show where I have a notion where I think this is going.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I honestly, I was prejudging the lead a little bit. I was sitting there going, I don't think I'm going to like this very much because I think it's just going to be too basic. And I freaking loved it. He took it in a completely different direction than I thought he was going to. I loved it.
Yeah, the physical dance moves.
So good. So
the
funny.
last one, I couldn't believe how long he
So
did it
good.
for, and it was just hilarious.
And so now, while I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, I wonder truly how many hours he just practiced,
Right.
just to make sure it was perfect. Because
Yeah.
that's a lot of time probably spent doing that.
What is he from? Like, where is he going? Is he just
Is he a Groundlings guy?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't remember where.
Second City?
I forget where, but I know for a while he was doing stuff over at Dropout. So he definitely has some origins over there with a lot of really good comedians.
But it was more of this. If you want to do that on the show, buddy, between this and like the grocery store thing that he did with Melissa McCarthy, like he's definitely coming into his own. I'm really happy with the feature players and how they're growing. Cam Patterson maybe is still the only one that, he did a great job with Michael Irvin. I hope there's more of that type stuff where he can really dial in either another impression or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like the way Cam Patterson looked directly into the camera for most of the wedding dance sketch.
Yeah, exactly. It's not great. But hey, at least he hates the show.
I don't think he hates it.
I know. He was just doing stand up.
Yeah, he did good jokes about it.
Jeremy Colleen also hosts a podcast since 2021 called Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
So that comment that everyone was making about Cam Patterson, like, I don't know, man, he's probably not gonna last. It's like they've never seen stand up comedy before, and like, yes, you're 100% he's gonna shit on the show like that. Like, I'm not white. Like, this isn't for me. These are great bits.
Also, that's the thing is like he's not even really shitting on it. He's talking about the practicality of
who it's not for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that was a very, very funny bit.
When Ego left the show, we literally talked about like there's an absence, right, of black cast members, all these kind of things. So it is a commonly known thing that there's a minority issue sometimes.
Well, sure. I mean, they had to do a photo of Cash Patel.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Grandpa at the wedding. Newlyweds Ashley Padilla and Cam Patterson toast 87-year-old grandpa, played by Teyana Taylor. Earth, Wind, and Fire was a DJ played by Mikey Day, revised him via dance. This is obviously Teyana Taylor doing a lot of physical comedy, doing dance. She was very kind of she got to overact on this one a little bit, right? What did you think? Did she hit the mark on this one? Let's go with you, Brad.
I think that this sketch is cute. This is a sketch that I feel like would have been like gangbusters on All That back in like 1995. It's not particularly hilarious. I think that Teyana Taylor did a really good job of like throwing herself into it physically. It was fun watching her do that, but I just didn't think it was all that great of a sketch. And also,
And the bald cap coming
that's
off.
the other thing is like it didn't get helped by the fact that there was the distraction of the bald cap having the weird fold in it.
Yeah.
Her
So this-
glasses flying off. I don't know how they didn't figure that out during rehearsal.
Here is a physical manifestation about how being too excited and rushing a bit can actually hurt the sketch. So like just in the other ones where she maybe is talking a bit fast because she's nervous, this is a physical embodiment of that. Flipping her head around a little too fast breaks the wig adhesion, flipping the glasses off, which if she slows down ever so slightly, both things stay in place and don't ruin the illusion of the sketch, which again,
Maybe
it's a little bit on her to go a little too crazy. But again, to play my own devil's advocate, you're exactly right. How do you not figure out to loop the glasses on an end? I don't know.
Because I don't want to blame her.
But I don't blame the ball cap on the staff. That's her like throwing her head around horribly.
But I don't want to blame her for that either, because I also think that like it's okay if you're going to go harder during the live show than dress rehearsal, because that's exactly what happened with Cowbell.
Absolutely,
Christopher Walken wasn't giving his full Christopher Walken
Right.
during dress rehearsal, and the sketch didn't go as
and
well during
Will
dress.
Ferrell put on a shirt four times
smaller shirt. Yeah,
right,
exactly. So it's fine to escalate your performance live, but I feel like they should have anticipated like that, and like it should have been more secure. The glasses should not have been flying off every
The
time.
glasses
spun
part
around.
was a little weird because like normally was that maybe by design? I don't think
I
so.
doubt it.
Because she walked over and somebody like
an audience member had handed it to her.
glasses.
Yeah.
But again, though, if they don't know she's going to go to 120%, right? They think
maybe it worked
fine.
really well.
Yeah,
I guess
it could have worked really fine, and they're not worried about it. But
I think my favorite part of the bit though was when they do the moment where the Mikey Day as the DJ is like, "Oh, I guess I'll have to do something about this."
Yeah.
I didn't hate the sketch, but I didn't think it was particularly good. What did you guys
the weird
think?
thing is this is after a Weekend Update, so they had the time, because sometimes they have to do really quick changes and put on ball
I
caps.
did. I
and
thought
stuff
that
like
immediately too. I was like, oh, they had all this time to put
Right.
this together. Yeah.
But yeah,
What was the sketch? What was the sketch that was it after this one where the camera stayed a bit and you could see them trying to pull her away and she was still kind of acting?
It was this one. Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
That's her having so much fun.
And the guy's like, "Okay, come
we
on."
gotta go, and they grab her by the arm and move her, and she's still kind of
Yeah.
dancing as the old man. Like that means that she was literally in the moment, and I love that so much.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Backstab Island, Survivor style show. Teyana Taylor's is the nice contestant, and she wants friends amid backstabbing. So this kind of plays on this idea that, on all these kind of wilderness shows and things like this, you're competing against each other. And
I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah, and so people are very competitive. Teyana Taylor plays a character who is not. She's just like there to make friends.
I am here to make friends.
And also, evidently, to have a lot of sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People are always having a little fun on the island.
So my favorite part about this,
I actually didn't dislike the premise of this. I thought the premise was very funny.
I think the premise is good. I think it could have definitely
I agree.
Gone on a little bit better, but the one thing I did really like about it was right after she says, I'm not going to be that weird chick or whatever. And then it cuts to, who is it that says, or no, it's Camp Anderson, I believe. When he was like, yeah, that's not right. She absolutely made it weird the next day.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really funny interaction. Those two, that was great.
I didn't love the premise because it felt kind of half-baked. This was another sketch where I was like, this is all that this one has to offer is just somebody who wants to be friendly in a competitive reality show. I didn't really think much of anything anybody else said was particularly funny either. Like, it was a very basic premise, and that was about all there was. And when the sketch was over, I was like, really, that was it?
It's a fish out of water sketch, but you put somebody like Bobby Moynihan or Jeremy Colhane in that role as the fish out of the water, right? And I think it does get even funnier, though, because especially when there's an innocence to, I just kind of want to make friends,
I also think there's a lack of escalation there. Like, if you
do
take that character to its nth degree, and you literally have these people standing around still trying to win the game as Teyana Taylor's character is trying to give somebody a kidney, let's say.
Yeah.
Like, to take it to that extreme, and you're like, oh, now there's another layer to how awkward it is for all these other people to still be cutthroat, even though this is a very good person.
I just thought there was something.
The
there.
lack of escalation was hard, but I don't mind the conceit of this. I just think that it didn't do anything.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Beyond the headlines. This was a news panel show. White commentators Mikey Day, Chloe Feynman, shocked by issues. Black anchors Teyana Taylor and Kenan Thompson hum judgmental reactions. They've done premises like this before. Obviously, they did one with.
This skews close to the bit they
Travis
did with
Kelsey, or forget who is that episode that they did this. With?
So that was the second time they did it, but Phoebe Waller-Bridge was the first time they did it, where they were reading news stories and trying to determine whether or not the perpetrator was white or black.
Yeah, it wasn't completely like that, but had a little bit of a
flavor
kind of an homage to that.
I like this. I like the idea of this one.
Me too.
I wish that it maybe would have gone a little bit further. And
if you put those three together, this is my third favorite of those three kind of similar types of sketches. Ben, what do you think of this?
No, I think that this is one of those sketches that reminds me, oh shit, yeah, this is a very good version to remind white America that this is a great analogy for that. And it really did hit me because, like, oh shit, I didn't even think of it that way. Like, I know I'm an idiot like that. So that social commentary part was very good. As far as just straight up humor, I really like, anytime that it's and Kenan does it very well. I was okay with it. I think that there maybe was more that was left on the table there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of similar to the Dave Chappelle thing after Trump got elected as well.
I'm sorry. I was checking my phone to look something up real quick. Did you guys mention the when John Hamm was on with the newscasters and the
yes,
you guys did mention that?
we were doing a podcast while you were.
We didn't mention the John Hamm one.
Gotcha.
I thought it was Travis Kelsey, but I recalled the one that Phoebe Waller-Bridge did the first time. Where they were doing
but we knew that they did this before. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So okay. Sorry, because the other one I think that the John Hamm one I'm referring to was when they had it was a financial show. And it was they were doing the stock ticker for things that were for poor people.
Oh, that's right.
And so
similar kind of premise. So
similar kind of vibe there. I think I like that version of that better because it was like it was showcasing that this is what the rest of America is really going through.
Right. And I think that one of the things that I appreciate about the sketch, and this also goes to show you the problem that SNL finds themselves in, is that they would have had a hard time doing this sketch if Teyana Taylor wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because then you just have Kenan and Michael Che. And those are the only 2 black people on the cast, so, right?
Well, Cam Patterson
feature
exists, that's
player.
fine.
He's not going to do this though.
He was the camera operator,
right? But that's
and
like,
he was in the sketch.
You're not going to make him the main part of the
Why
sketch
not?
though, because he's too small.
Like physically?
Both.
Did you know Cam Patterson is 4'9"?
That I am not surprised. But no, so they need a black female cast member on this show to to allow for stuff like this.
I'll even take a couple.
Yes.
Well, I really do think that this is I'm just preaching to the choir here, but the idea that when Ego left, it was definitely not something that they had planned for.
Right.
I really do feel like it was a lot more jarring than anybody thought it was going to be, because they're now unprepared for things like this.
Yeah.
And we miss Ego. We do.
Finally, of this episode, we'll get into some Cut for Time sketches, but Blowing It, this is by Marty Herlihy. A guy, Martin Herlihy, gives his best breakup advice. Also featured Sarah Sherman, Jeremy Colleen, and Ashley Padilla. What did you think of this one, Ben? This is Martin Herlihy again, former Please Don't Destroy guy.
I love Martin Herlihy. I love his brand of humor so much. It's not jarring to me to see him. It's surprising and welcome. It feels like when I would see, not a Lonely Island sketch, but just see them kind of doing something, and it makes me more sad that I'm not seeing Please Don't Destroy.
Yeah, I felt the same thing.
But no, I still very much liked the sketch.
It was fine, but I wanted. This felt like, I bet this would be better with the other 2 as well collaborating.
I don't know. I think that's unfair. I think this works.
No, it's very, very funny. Again, I want to be very clear. This was very funny. It just literally made me sad because I miss.
It was funny, but it was not Please Don't Destroy funny to me.
But that's fine. I think that what I like about what Martin Herlihy does by himself is that it's not just Please Don't Destroy in a different way. He has his own comedic sensibilities, because when you're doing a Please Don't Destroy sketch, it's about the quick timing and like the fast talking and the constant quick back and forth and banter and over talking. Here he's doing his own thing, and there's more patience to it, and there's still a level of absurdity that's there for sure, but it's a different kind, and I like this flavor of him doing like these little almost like masterpiece theater kind of things of him presenting like here's some advice on how to do things. And I love how strange the like non sequitur stuff was in there that made it that much more funny than you might expect.
I know. I impersonating a Southern accent.
Oh my God.
as idiocy.
That was good.
Great. It really was jarring and hilarious. Like I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
You gotta come up on it.
You talk like this.
Whoa, aggressive. I love it. Yeah.
All right, that is the show. We have a couple Cut for Time sketches. Let's talk about those. If you don't know that SNL puts any sketches they can't kind of reuse in a future episode, they will
some.
put.
Some.
Yeah, some of the episodes, but that they know they will not be able to, right?
Just because they know they're not going to be able to use it doesn't necessarily predict that it's going to be online, though.
But
yes.
but
some are.
We don't know.
This sketch that I want to talk about first is the women walking, and I feel like
I want to talk about the incident first, okay? Because that's what I have written down.
You're right. Let's talk about the walk one.
So I do feel
so hold on. Before we get to your commentary, I want to ask you a serious question.
I don't.
No, you're not doing a bit now?
No, it's not a bit. Did you notice that they used a green screen for the
sketch? What?
What?
All right, so this is the Walk Club. In this Cut for Time sketch, things get competitive between a group of moms, played by Teyana Taylor, Sarah Sherman, Ashley Padilla, Veronica Slowakowska, Chloe Feynman, Jane Wickline, during a walk club. This did, as Brad mentioned, have a green screen.
Yeah.
And so
I was excited to see Ashley Padilla in another sketch. I'm bummed that it got
She'd
cut.
only been in 5 of the 9.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
a low night for her.
I think that the vibe that they might have been going for was the same thing where they had the women drinking and like hanging out with each other and going to like the pantry to make out and come back. It was kind of maybe that was the premise for what this could have been, but instead it was a little boring.
Yeah, it was. It didn't really feel like it did anything particularly clever. A very, very basic, escalation of somewhat physical comedy in a way, more prop comedy, I guess, than anything. And there was a little moment here and there that was amusing. I think probably
The butt plug stuff was funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ben Marshall's bit was probably my favorite part. Jane Wickline showing up with the hell rack was pretty amusing.
I mean, just her saying the words, "This is a hell rack."
Yeah.
That did make me laugh.
Yeah, so like there was something here. I think maybe it just needed some more time in the oven to cook. But I wish they would have figured out something different with the green screen, just because they didn't frame it right, because you could see the seam at the bottom of it, and like and like I always get annoyed when they pull stuff that's like made to look like that, but then the way that they do certain things comedically doesn't make sense to how they're presenting it. Like the fact that Sarah Sherman fell off camera when she caught the weight vest, and then like they don't have to walk over her, and like, it doesn't fall behind or anything. Yeah, it's stuff like that kind of bugs me. But
nitpicking Brad.
That's why the show won't make it.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
not for another 50 years anyway.
The incident in this Comfort Time sketch, a married couple played by Teyana Taylor and James Austin Johnson are worried they were caught having sex. This is certainly a Sarah Sherman sketch. Sarah Sherman has the open eye, prosthetics kind of over her eyes. It is very physical. It's a funny sight. But this sketch didn't get me as much. Brad, did you like this?
I liked it. I think that it was a little too slow to start.
Yeah.
The sight gag is really funny. The escalation going to other people with the same problem was also funny. I liked the floating heads of what they were saying in the terrible memories of the sex, especially the Mario reference. But yeah, it wasn't as sharp as the first time that she did something like this with the eye surgery and everything. But I was also still happy to see something like this from Sarah Sherman, because honestly, they've kind of like skewed away from doing that weird stuff.
Relegated her to playing like this straight white woman at dinner type thing.
And she got Padia'd.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been frustrated.
She got Padia'd.
They've been frustrated.
They've replaced her with Ashley Padilla, who's in all the sketches.
They haven't replaced her.
A lot of fans of Sarah Sherman have been frustrated that she hasn't been able to do a lot of the weird stuff, especially in the wake of her comedy special being released.
Right.
You know, like you would think you'd want to tap into that maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I'm always going to be excited to see stuff like this, from Sarah Sherman. But yeah, I liked it, didn't love it.
It is hard to sustain a sketch like this when you start with the physical prop like that, and that's like, oh wow, that's a shock. And then how do you escalate from there? And just adding more people that have the same effect or affect, that's tough.
Yeah,
I think.
Would you put any of the two Cut for Time sketches in the show and replace it with any of them?
I could see the incident replacing something like the Survivor sketch or the wedding dance sketch.
I think the incident should have replaced the walk.
But that's
That's it.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting, bold.
Who was your MVP, Brad?
My MVP is someone that I'm going to think of in my head.
I freaking knew it.
I was just so glad he went with you first. Because I'm like, I'm just going to go with whoever Brad went with.
Oh my God. You guys are unprepared.
Okay, but no, there was not a great cast member this episode, I don't think. So there was probably a good one that I could pick for
I think I'm going to give it to Ashley Padilla, if anything, just for the strength of the lecture sketch.
That's exactly what I was going to go with.
I am actually going to give it to Teyana Taylor, because I feel like even though she was not picture perfect, I think that it's very rare for somebody to come in and be that front and center with so many freaking characters.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was awesome to see her jumping with freaking both feet, and you just don't see that. You really don't.
Yeah, she did do a good job. She did play a pretty wide variety of characters, and she clearly, was not afraid to goof around.
I loved it. I want more hosts to take that leap, because if you're going to tell somebody, hey, you're going to dress up like you're a gorgeous woman, and you're going to dress like a 75-year-old man, and she's all about that with the prosthetics and everything, and even in the weighted vest thing, whatever, she's still front and center, and they're wearing this huge weird thing, and I don't know. I really thought she brought it, man.
That's fair.
All right. I think James Austin Johnson also had a good night.
Yeah, he did have a pretty good
I think
night.
he's just, we often overlook James Austin Johnson because, again, he does the Trump in the beginning. He's always right there. But he was in quite a few sketches.
Did you give it to Ashley Padilla then?
I did love...
you did, but no. Did Nate actually say anybody?
No,
or
I was
he trying to get away with this?
I was going to say, I did love when James Austin Johnson came in during the airport sketch and did blame it on the...
So James Austin Johnson's your guy? You think?
I think I could give it to him. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't
Are you
think
going to?
anybody.
Because it feels like you were going to. He could have been him. I don't think you actually said.
I don't think I have a strong opinion of
You have to,
anybody,
though.
but
That's
I'll
not
go
the
with
game.
James Austin
Well, it doesn't
Johnson.
have to be strong.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a strong opinion.
just
Yeah,
gotta
sometimes
be
it's
the
tough.
Sometimes it's hard because
was
I don't think in general this was a great episode. I
So
don't.
Ben already spoiled his favorite sketch of the night. Nate, what was your favorite sketch of the night?
That's gonna be tough.
You guys should not come up with this on the spot. You can think about it.
No,
beforehand.
mine is I knew immediately. It's the one battle after another commercial for sure.
That's really great.
I will go with.
Come on,
Careful, pick it.
I'll go with Confidence Glass.
It's a good
It
one.
was great.
It's a great sketch.
Yeah, it's Ashley Padilla at her best.
Yeah, but for me, it's one battle after another.
Fair enough. Who we got next week?
Yeah.
Perfidia Beverly Hills.
No, that's not next week.
Next week, Alexander Skarsgård will be hosting for
Handsome
the first
gentleman.
time. Formerly the star of True Blood, son of Stellan Skarsgård, brother of Bill Skarsgård. And
Who's his grandfather?
Viking Skarsgård.
Viking Skarsgård.
Eric the Red.
Yeah.
His grandfather.
But no, it should be a lot of fun. He's definitely gifted comedically. He's done some comedic roles before. I don't remember, but he had a pretty funny supporting role in Long Shot with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen.
I did not remember that.
Plays the Canadian Prime Minister, and there's a really funny moment where he talks about them workshopping a new laugh for him because people find his real laugh kind of upsetting. No, it's more like so yeah, he was pretty funny in that. But yeah, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
like
me
it.
too.
I want them to do a sketch where he auditions to play Pennywise and he's just really bad at it.
Sure.
That'd be funny to me.
Maybe Stellan and Bill will show up.
That'd be nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but he didn't play Pennywise. But
That's why. That's the whole.
You know what?
Yeah.
Well, this is the last episode of 10 to 1. It's been fun, or has it?
All right, we'll be back next week, and then we'll go on a break, come back again. But if you have not subscribed to Go Flix Yourself, please do that as well, because we fill in the episodes on the weeks that we're not recording this podcast with our other podcast, Go Flix Yourself. And we have a lot of fun talking about movies and sometimes a TV show. Brad, where can people find you online?
Of course, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky. Ethan Anderton is how you will track me down there. You can also check me out on slashfilm.com and the Slash Film Weekly podcast. And if you like other assorted pop culture nonsense, feel free to check out Pop Cultured, which has an assortment of podcasts that I appear on.
You're
That's a lot
cheating
of
on
fun.
us, huh?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like banging other podcasts.
We talked about this.
Yeah, and I told you I like banging other podcasts.
We said not to
We
bring
said
them up
not to
on
bring
this
them up on this
podcast.
podcast.
Listen, people want to hear about me putting my thing in podcasts,
If
and
you-
I'm going to lay it down.
We'd like to remind you one more time, smash that like and subscribe button. No, leave a comment, though, for real. We do really, really love the comments. So
Yes.
please comment. We'd love to hear from you. I think I'm going to post this on the live from Saturday night.
We're gonna
Hey,
get
and you know what? Just for
annihilated.
We're gonna get
We're gonna
killed.
get annihilated.
Just for shits and giggles, if you leave a comment, feel free to ask us to read it in a certain voice.
That's the worst thing you've ever said. I can't wait to see the comments now.
but also,
Awesome.
please make it Brad and Ben, not me.
Oh, no, it's all Nate now. That's the Streisand effect right there. It's all going to be Nate Laux.
All right, we'll be back next week. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Bye-bye.